everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 86 Leader Class Megatron. But let me know what you think of this figure in the comment section down below. Is it a pickup or a pass? Let's now take a look at the packaging. At the front, we have an image of Megatron in his robot and alt mode, next to a window showing off the figure in the packaging. Below that, the Transformers Studio Series and Transformers the movie logo, as well as Megatron and a Decepticon symbol. Turning to the side of the box, we do have another image of Megatron in his robot mode, with all of the text from the front of the box repeated below. Moving to the back of the box, the figure transforms in 54 steps. We have product shots of the figure in his robot and alt mode, and a final two showing off the accessory storage, with one teasing a possible repaint of this mold, and at the top of the box, an image of Megatron from the 1986 film, and a brief description or bio written in several different languages that I will read for you right now. So it does say Megatron and the Decepticons prepare to mount a surprise attack on Autobot City. And for the far side, we do have a continuation of the image from the front of the box, an Autobot symbol, the Transformers Studio Series logo, and a Leader Class written in several different languages. Here we have Megatron in his robot mode. Let's take a look at the details, starting at the very top with that head sculpt. We have some dark gray for the helmet section, light gray at the face, and some red for the eyes. My one complaint of the head sculpt would be that I would have preferred a grin or a laugh rather than what we got, which is pretty plain. But going down to the chest, we do have a Decepticon symbol painted out of a reflective purple and silver, and below that, the iconic non-symmetrical stomach panel with some nice vent detail on the sides. Taking a look at the arms, there is some more dark and light gray with some glossy black for the hands. Taking a look at the legs, there is some dark blue. And turning to the back of the figure, as you can see, everything is really well filled in and compact, and I love how you can still see the tank droid detail from the alt mode on the legs. And getting right into the figure's articulation, the head can look up and down, tilt side to side, look left and right. The arm can move out and in, forward and back. There is a butterfly joint forward and back as well. We do have a bicep rotation, an elbow bend. The hand can rotate a full 360 at the wrist. The pointer finger or index finger is separate and is on two hinges. The thumb is stock, and the three remaining fingers are combined and can also move on two hinges. Moving the arms out of the way, the side skirts can move up and down, as well as forward and back. The waist can rotate a full 360. The legs can kick forward and back, out to the side and in. There is a rotation at the top of the leg, a knee bend to a very good degree, and the foot can pivot at the ankle. As for accessories, Megatron includes his iconic fusion cannon, which simply attaches onto his form. Last but not least, we do have the lightsaber and himself in gun form, which can be held in the figure's hands or plugged onto the back with the tank barrel. Starting off our rapid fire robot mode comparisons, here we have Megatron alongside his rival, that being the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. After that, here he is with his treacherous second in command, that being Starscream from the Dramatic Capture series. Up next, here he is with the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime, and I have to say, I think Hasbro has been on a roll with their Studio Series leader classes. And last but not least, here he is alongside a fellow wavemate, that being the repack of Studio Series 86 Grimlock. Getting right into the figure's transformation, what you're going to want to do is bring the arm out, open up the form, which will reveal this cavity where the hand can get tucked inside. Once you've done that, rotate the section all the way around and close the panels back up. Now do the exact same thing with the other arm. Open up the form, tuck the hand inside, rotate this section all the way around, and close these panels back up. We do have these side skirt pieces that you will want to rotate all the way to the back of the figure. And speaking of rotate at the waist all the way around until the back of the legs are facing directly towards you. Now each arm is on a butterfly joint, so hinge it out and then bring it back. Do the same thing with the other one. And once you've done that, you can open up the chest, which will loosen the stomach panel that you can fold all the way down. There is also a panel on the inside of the chest that you will want to bring out as well. Now turning to the back of the figure, this is where things can get a bit complicated and fiddly, so I'm going to go pretty slow so you can understand everything that's happening. You will want to bring the backpack out, and there is also another panel inside of the backpack that you can fold out as well. And once you've done that, disconnect the chest and then open it a bit more so you can tuck Megatron's head inside. There is a tab right there and a slot right there, so just close this back up and just slightly hinge the arms up and out of the way so there's enough clearance to rotate this piece all the way around. You will then want to bring the arms forward like so. Now, as you can see, we have several hinges and you're going to utilize all of them so we can bring both pieces together and tab them into place. And you're basically going to make a L shape on both sides like so. Now do the same thing with the other one. Bring them together. And as you can see, we have a tab and a slot on this side and a tab and a slot on that side. So just lock them together. You can then rotate out the form until this tab is sticking straight out. Do the same thing with the other one. Now working on the legs, grab the skirt panels, bring them out. And as you can see, we do have tabs right here and here and slots on the insides of these panels. So just fully extend the leg out and tab that into place. Now do the exact same thing with the other one. You will then want to use this hinge at the abs and bring this entire assembly back until it does soft click into place. Now at the back of the legs, we do have these two panels that you will want to disconnect. As you can see, we have tabs here and here and slots on the legs themselves. Go to the front of the legs, angle the foot forward, grab the panels at the fronts of the legs, and bring them out as well, which will allow you to completely unravel the tank treads like so. And how this was tabbed into place is there is a tab and a slot, and there is also more slots and tabs at the end of these pieces. So as you can see, we do have 4 squares or 4 panels that you're going to want to open. So let's open every single one of them and fold these small panels out. Do this last one. So fold them out. And then close that panel back up. And just do that 4 times until they're all done. Now do the other side, fold it out, close it up, fold it out, close it up. We do have these 2 square panels and they're on a double hinge joint. So make sure you use both hinges so it can reach and tab into place. And now we have one side of the tank all done. Go to the other side. Again, make sure you use that double hinge joint. And now we have both sides of the tank all done. So as you can see on the inside of this panel, we have a tab right there that's going to go into that massive slot. We also have a tab right there that's going to go into that slot. And we also have a tiny tab at the end that's going to go into that slot. So just align all of those connections up until everything is tabbed into place and secure. Can be a bit difficult at times. You just have to squeeze everything together. Now go to the other side and do the exact same thing. Line all them up, squeeze everything together. You will then want to slightly angle the turret section forward so you can tuck these two panels underneath. So fold them in, Now bring this section back down, and you will want to tuck it underneath the turret just like so. And as for the feet, bring them down. There is a tab and a slot, so just tab that into place. Do the same thing with the other one. Now use the toe, just bend and fold those in. And for the last few steps, you can grab Megatron's fusion cannon, grab this panel, fold it forward, which will create this cavity. There is also two slots and those tabs that I showed you earlier. So this cavity is going to go right around this big square, and then it will tab in on both sides so it is nice and secure. Like so. And then grab the barrel. There is a post and a port, and just plug that in. And that is it for transformation. Here we have Megatron in his tank alt mode. Let's take a look at the details. Starting at the very front, we have a classic Decepticon symbol with some light gray for the base color of the vehicle. Turning to the side, we have some well-sculpted tank treads with 3 rolling wheels at the bottom and a turret that can rotate a full 360 and is blaster piece compatible. This is what the bottom looks like, and this is what the top looks like. And if you'd like to also store the lightsaber and Megatron's micro-scale gun, there are multiple mech-tic ports scattered across the vehicle, but I prefer to leave them off to the side. Starting off our rapid-fire alt mode comparisons, here we have once again the iconic duo of Megatron and Optimus Prime, and I have to say I think it'll be quite some time before Hasbro or Takara can top these releases. After that, here he is with the future reformatted version of himself, that being the Stu Series 86 Galvatron. Up next, here he is with his chief scientist, that being Shockwave from the Dramatic Capture series. And last but not least, here he is alongside a recent addition to the collection, that being Alchemist Prime from Age of the Primes. Wrapping up this review on the Transformers Stu Series 86 Leader Class Megatron, one of the most anticipated figures of the year is finally here, but does it live up to the hype? In short, I would say Hasbro did a fantastic job recreating Megatron's G1 design in figure form. However, the question remains, since they were able to do this at a Leader Class price point and scale, why couldn't they have done the same for Optimus Prime? One of the most impressive parts of this figure is the engineering, with there being no visible tank components in the robot mode, which many previous Megatron figures could not achieve. As for accessories, the figure includes his iconic fusion cannon, lightsaber, tank barrel, and micro-scale Megatron gun, which can be held in the figure's hands or stored on the back. The transformation comes in at an impressive 54 steps with new and unique conversion techniques, making for a fun and involving transformation. The number one question on collectors' minds leading up to the figure's release would be whether or not Megatron would convert into a tank or a gun. Well, now that the figure has been released, we have our answer, that being a military tank. And while it is inaccurate to the G1 series, Hasbro recently informed us that they are legally unable to have a gun alt mode. So given the circumstances and what the designing team had to work with, I would say it's a solid tank with great sculpt work and accessory storage. And that's all I have to say about this figure. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see you next time.